Okay. So thanks everybody for on today. There's a couple things that I just wanted to accomplish with you guys. Really, one, just talk obviously about the Tower Gardens that you guys have in your clubs, to see what we want to do, how you want to move forward with it based on what's going on. And then talk a little, and then I have Jen, my friend Jennifer from Kentucky, who is my sort of upline mentor person in Juice Plus, is going to talk in the second part of our presentation a little bit about Juice Plus, who they are, what they do, in terms of, you know, things that we love about Juice Plus. So I'm going to let her help me out with that. So first I want to just, you know, tell everybody, you know, this is crazy times. I'm so disappointed about, you know, not being able to be at the clubs and help you guys through this stuff. Rachel and Lil, they're in East Aurora, and Rachel and Elma have been doing this for a little bit longer than the rest of you. So their Tower Gardens have already gone through a couple harvestings and done some fun things with the kids. And I was really looking forward to the rest of you guys getting an opportunity to do that. That being said, we have Tower Gardens in the clubs. I have 2 Tower Gardens in my garage. I just replanted another one 2 days ago. I'm eating all the lettuce I want. Julie and I just planted a bunch of cucumbers, yellow squash, zucchini, tomatoes, that hopefully, if the weather gets better, I can move those outside. And hopefully then I don't have to go to the grocery store for vegetables anyways. Every time I go to the grocery store, I came from a place 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago where I was like, this is like just a bad flu, to where I am today, like really quarantining, trying to do my best to get through this on the other side so that things can open back up. So my point is, you know, I love my Tower Gardens, and I hope that you guys can maybe keep them going and hopefully utilize some of the vegetables that you're going to be able to use if you want to, and go from there. So what I'm going to do, I'll answer any questions you guys have later. So write down things you have, because hopefully I'm going to cover some of those things. And right now what I'm going to do is share my screen. I've got a little PowerPoint that I kind of want to go through with you guys. So bear with me. Can everyone see that okay? Mm-hmm. Yes? Okay. Yep. All right. So anyway, whoops, sorry. So the Tower Garden, you guys know a little bit about the Tower Garden already. 98% less water, 90% less space. A lot of veggies come off of this thing. It's fast, it's safe, it's nutritious. And like I said, we love ours. Real quick, the one on the right is the one that you guys have at the club. That's called the Flex. It's the bigger Tower Garden. The one on the left is another one that I just put in my garage. It's a smaller version because a lot of people wanted to put a Tower Garden in their home. So they basically came out with a smaller version, and the upper section here, you can grow all kinds of smaller things like herbs like thyme, rosemary, basil, chives, those sort of things, cilantro grow up here. So it's like you can have a salad. Julie and I go out in our garage 3 or 4 nights a week and just cut lettuce off of our Tower Garden and make a big salad. So anyway, then I'm going to get into the Tower Garden maintenance. Basically, the main thing is, if you're going to keep it going, make sure the power stays on. That's the number one issue. You got to have power, we got to have the pump, and we got to have the lights. And I think I did talk with everyone. As long as the lights are on 10 to 12 hours a day, I think we're all set on that. We set all of them up to do that. And again, inside, we want to make sure the pump comes on 8, that's 10, not 0, 8 to 10, that's a typo, for 15 minutes daily. Obviously, when it's outside, I know, Chad, you talked about moving yours outside. If anybody else moves it outside, Bobby, you talked about moving it outside. If we do move them outside, it has to be on a lot more, because the water's going to evaporate a lot more. The water level, that's definitely something. So if you're not in the club and you're just checking on it once in a while, really inside, if you check it every couple weeks, you'll be fine. And once it gets down to about half full, you want to fill it back up, and then you're going to add a couple 200 mLs of the A and the B tonic. So basically a full tub takes 400. So if you're filling it halfway up, you're going to put 200 of each in there. And there's also directions on the bottles as well. So then the pruning and the harvesting, again, if you do all this stuff here, you're all set. There's not a lot of maintenance, like I said. Basically, then it becomes the harvesting and the bolting, which I'll talk a little bit about. There's two ways you can do this. There's leaf harvesting. You can, which you guys probably wouldn't do because you're not there on, on a daily basis, where you just trim a few leaves around each plant, enough for a salad or whatever you might do. The whole head harvesting is where you cut the whole head off at the base of the plant, take the net pod out, make sure you pull out the roots, and you can, again, if you guys go in and do that, you can take it home and eat it, put it in a plastic bag, do whatever you want to do with it. But the lettuce off the Tower Garden is really, really good. I think you guys really, really like that. Hate to see it go to waste. Bolting, which you should know what it is. I'm going to show a quick little video and talk through it. It's only a couple minutes long. It's when there'll be like a long stem that will sort of grow. And Rachel, I think Tracy sent me a picture of yours. I think there's some bolting going on there for sure. And I had mentioned to her that I could come over, we could do it. But once that does it, you can cut that off, but the leaves on there becomes a little bitter. It's not as good. So once that starts, you pretty much pull that whole plant out and start over. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to show you this quick video and talk through it a little bit. It's short. It's like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes long. And I will send you guys this video in an email when we get done. So here we go. Can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, this is going to, because we mostly have lettuce on our Tower Gardens, this is going to talk to you a little bit about harvesting the lettuce and how that works. So there's the individual leaf, which we just talked about. You're going to cut off a couple leaves at a time, or the whole head harvest, which I just talked a little bit about. And again, I'll send you this video so you can hear the talking through it. It's basically what I'm going to tell you, but it's a little more professional. Let's put it that way. So this is just going to show you leaf harvesting. And you can see all she's really doing is pulling a few leaves off the back of the plant, smaller versions of it. And then she'll leave the plant there, and that will continue to grow, and those leaves will continue to grow. And then again, you can do that until it starts to bulb. And in the spring and fall, again, if this, if it's outside, you can do this for 3 or 4 weeks, and then it starts to bulb because every plant wants to sort of start to seed.
You want to see?
So we're getting closer with some of you guys, probably 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, should be going pretty good. And a lot of the clubs will do this. They'll take it off and put it in a freezer or in a cooler, in a refrigerator. But here you can see where they just basically cut the roots, pull the plant. You can rinse it if you want to. We don't rinse our lettuce because it's not, there's no dirt on it. There's nothing to it. You don't even have to wash it if you don't want to. And it stores better if you don't wash it. This is the way that I would recommend you guys do it. Just take a scissors. This is what I do, Julie and I. We just cut the plant with the base. And then you've got a pretty big head of lettuce there. And again, if you've got about 20 slots on your Tower Garden, you can see that there's a lot of lettuce. And then here, this is going to show you bolting, what it is, how it works. Every plant, its goal is to produce seeds. So once that gets going, it's kind of hard. It wants to keep doing that. Once they start to pull the plant, start over. And that's kind of what the stem will look like. It comes out and it's really long. There's still leaves on it, but lettuce once that starts, lettuce isn't quite as tasty.
That's exactly what my plants were doing.
And those you want to make sure you get all the roots out of there, and then you can replant. We just do it with seeds we've done with you guys, or you can start the plants and then plant the little plant. And again, then you could just replant everything and put everything back in there. And that's pretty much it. And then you get a nice salad like that, which is what we get every night. We just add, again, we just basically, you know, add carrots to that, or celery, or whatever you want to add to it. But that's pretty good. Oops, hang on a minute here. I screwed up. Bear with me 1 second. So, can everybody here still hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So there's a few things that I just want to talk about with you guys. So, you know, you guys can self-monitor based on the current events and what's going on, maintain it, harvest it. Obviously, you can call me, text me, FaceTime me, Zoom me, send me pictures, whatever you want. I'm willing to do. You guys just let me know individually what you want to do. I don't mind coming out. Again, social distancing, you know, masks, gloves, whatever we need to do. I have no problem with that. If you say, hey, Mark, next, you know, Bobby, say, hey, come on out and check it out for me. Let me know. I'll meet you there. We'll just do our social distancing, and I can come out and take a look at it. I have no problem. I have time doing that. So let me know, again, individually, what you want me to do. If you decide that you do want to, like, you know what, it's too much of a hassle, we can't get in, we're not doing anything for 2 months, or we don't know what's going on, turn the power off, remove the plants and the roots, empty the reservoir. The pump has a hose. You just hook the pump up to the hose, and you can literally pump that out. And then we can restart the program, you know, later in the summer or whatever. I know each club does things a little bit differently. So I just wanted to give you those options and let you know that I'm willing to work with you guys in any way that you decide to move forward. You guys can just let me know. You guys all have my cell phone number. I'll make sure I put it on a follow-up email along with this video that I just showed you. And then I guess I'll stop for a minute before I let Jen go on. Does anyone have any questions so far about this that I showed you, or want to ask me something? No?
No.
Okay, guys. And again, we'll talk individually, send texts back and forth. So I'm going to move on. So again, a couple of you have asked me what is Juice Plus. So I thought this would be an opportunity for Jennifer and I to share with you why we like Juice Plus so much and why we like the company, aside from the Tower Garden, which again, I think we both think is great. So let me introduce Jen Straub. She lives in Kentucky. She's my upline. I met her through Julie's sister, Kim. And she lives there with her husband, Rudy, and her kids, Sarah and Arlen. And she's just been a great support for me to help me with the Tower Gardens and Juice Plus. So Jen, I'm gonna let you take it away, and I'll flip the slides for you as we go.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Mark. And I have to say that you guys are so lucky to be working with Mark. Mark and I work very closely via Zoom. And then of course we see each other at conferences, but he is such an inspiration because he's got both sides of the knowledge of the importance of fruit and veggies and now taking interest in the community. And you'll see a little bit more about the company and how the whole company does that. But you guys are so lucky to have Mark at the helm and leading this. The company is a huge heart, and that shows how Mark is going into the community and sharing that heart with you guys. He is very knowledgeable about what he does. So anything that I go through today, if you have any questions, he can answer anything. I mean, he's fantastic. So,
thanks, Jen.
and so is Julie. So a little bit about Juice Plus. Juice Plus is, I got it. There goes my phone. Juice Plus is whole food nutrition. I like to call it my insurance policy because I have 2 kids and 2 teenagers, and getting nutrition in them is difficult, but knowing that they can take this every day, it's that insurance policy, especially right now when it's so important to boost our immune system. I can't tell you if I can just get them to take this, then I know they're getting what they need when they're craving all the carbs, when they're craving all the other stuff that teenagers do. So it is this whole food nutrition it's a power punch in a capsule or chewable form. The most important thing about it is all harvested at peak nutritious levels. It gets to be vine ripened on the plant. And that's where the nutrition goes into the leaves when it gets to that ripened stage. If you go to the store, you buy it so early, it's not that peak nutrition. So through the capsules or the chewables or through the Tower Garden, you're going to get that peak nutritional punch in all the fruit and veggies that you're consuming. And then the produce is pulverized. It's not just juiced. We take the skin, the pulp, the seeds, everything in there, and then it's all processed at low temperatures because anything over 117 degrees kills all the live enzymes. So you all know and get the importance of having raw fruit and veggies, hence the Tower Garden, but you're getting the same nutritional punch with this because we maintain all those live enzymes. That's why it's dehydrated. And then it's put into the capsule or chewable form. And it has a full, we've added in the omega, and it's a full omega blend that it's a vegan sourced with 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And it's got the rich algae, it's got the berries, it's got the seeds, all instead of fish. And I'll say a little bit more about that when we get to that screen. Go ahead, Mark. So if you look at this picture, the very first thing you see is a bunch of colors. And that's what we love about it because you're getting the wide spectrum of colors. And the fruit and veggies, the red and green, that's the 20 different fruit, vegetables, and grains that you need to completely balance your body. The purpose of Juice Plus is for our body to be balanced because if your body is balanced, it can handle whatever comes its way, from the common cold all the way to cancer. Your body has to be balanced or one organ will pull from another. Now we added on the punch of the berries, and that's your berries and grapes that is so good for the inflammation and for the heart health. Here's the omegas. As you see, the 6 different ingredients there, it covers a full spectrum. They just had an article out that I sent to Mark last week. The sea buckthorn berry is they're showing signs. A Korean researcher was finding signs that sea buckthorn berry is inhibiting the growth of COVID-19. So there are so many other things that are so important in getting what each individual ingredient in the trio pack or the omega have on our overall health. And when you're getting it like this and they all work synergistically together, it's incredible. We also have a shake and we have our power bars that you can do on the go. And this just kind of completes that spectrum of what we need to balance out our body on more of a meal purpose. So if you look at Juice Plus as a whole, you see the family of products. Very important to know that it's a food, not a multivitamin. There are food labels, not supplement labels. There are no additives. It's all made with non-GMO ingredients, vegan, kosher, dairy, and gluten-free. It's NSF certified, which is huge. That is absolutely huge, meaning that exactly what's on the label is in there. There are no contaminants, pesticide, mold, yeast, bacteria. None of that's in there. And you can even get the label on it for sports. But this is basically saying that there's nothing extra in there. It is as pure as you get. And that NSF certification is even better than an organic certification. It is the most researched nutritional product in the world. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay.
Over 35 different peer-reviewed journals, and it's all done by the gold standard of research, which is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-based. It's all done on human testing, not on anything. So it's that first line of testing published in the peer-reviewed journals, over 35 different peer-reviewed journals. Our pediatrician here, his wellness coordinator, because he loves the research behind it. And then we go a little further in knowing that the future generation, as you guys know more than anybody, the future generation is our children. So anybody between 4 and 18, they are completely free on Juice Plus or a full-time college student, because we know our future, if they learn these habits early, the Tower Garden is teaching them that. They're watching it grow. They know the importance of it. We have 2 Tower Gardens in the school because the students are learning that. And so if we get this in the future, then they're going to, if you see the statistics, unless less missed days of school, fewer over-the-counter drugs, all these different things, and just the same thing of just making better choices because your body craves what it's getting. So we have that with the Tower Garden and teaching them, but we have it also free for our kids because if we get that dense nutrition in them, they're making better choices throughout life. They are our future. They absolutely are. And this all backs with our president and CEO, Jay Martin, who has been at the helm for over 50 years. And he started in 1970, and he has a mission to inspire healthy living around the world and to build a stable and lasting company that helps as many people as possible realize their dreams, which is why Mark and I have aligned ourselves with the company to be able to build our dreams while we're impacting everybody around us. Go ahead.
And I'll
Mark.
just second that.
Awesome.
He is a great guy. I mean, what he is doing for people to me is amazing. And to be part, just to say that I know him is wonderful. And to hear him talk and what he's been doing for the last, so many years is unbelievable. So anyway, go ahead, Jen.
So a little story about Jay Martin, which I'm saying only because it lets you know the heart of the man, the true heart. Jay Martin, who is the helm, like I said, over 50 years. It is an honor to just be in the same room with him. And yet here he is with this huge company, international company, and every day at noon, he goes down to the lobby, waits in the lobby, and anybody who wants to go to lunch with him goes to lunch with them. Whether it's their first day on the job, whether it's the janitor, it doesn't matter. He is that kind of man. He's that approachable because he's doing this for us. And us means customer or person who's already locked arms with him. He is the kindest man. And that kind of goes into what he's doing with you guys, as well as we're all about healthy living. We're also about healthy giving. Jay Martin has aligned the company to be giving to the community as well as sustaining families, like he does for Mark and I. But we are the primary sponsor for the St. Jude's Walk. Not only are we in the business of trying to prevent cancer, incredible research on the DNA damage and the repair of the DNA. In fact, we're being used at MD Anderson and St. Jude's because of the incredible work that Juice Plus does with cancer patients. But we're also trying to prevent that cancer. We're trying to cure it. We're trying to prevent it. And so we have locked arms with them, and we are the primary sponsors of the St. Jude's Walk. And here we go, the Boys and Girls Club. Mark is doing a phenomenal job with you guys. But Jay Martin is committed to sending a Tower Garden to every Boys and Girls Club across America as long as there is an individual that will go in there and help work it, which is what Mark is doing. And Mark does not have to do as many as he's doing, but that shows Mark's heart in trying to help out as many individuals as possible. But they're providing this to any Boys and Girls Club that someone will go into because those kids are our future. And so just a quick story about that. We started this in Memphis. And at one of our conferences, they had a boy come on stage from that Memphis Boys and Girls Club. And I just wanted to hug him. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
He was a big kid that said, thank you to Juice Plus because you all got me off the streets. You let me learn the impact that these fruit and veggies had on myself and then on the community. Taught him how to make pestos, to harvest it, make pestos, make salads, turn that into selling it for a business. And he said, you taught me responsibility, the importance of the nutrition, and now I am a chef, where no one in my family had made a future out of anything. And because of the Boys and Girls Club and because of the Tower Garden, I learned the importance of good nutrition and how to manage a business and form a business. And now he is a chef. So that's the impact that you guys are having. You guys are having that each and every day on these kids. So I want to thank you all for that. And then realize working with Mark, that impact is going to go into the future with these kids. And then we also are big with the Volunteers of America and the Children's Hunger Fund. We actually packed meals at our last conference, sending that out. It is amazing. The heart of the company is to always give back to the community. And we are not just trying to sell things. We are only doing our fruit and veggies, whether it's capsule, chewable, or grown on a tower, because that's what makes the biggest impact on the health of our community.
Perfect, Jen.
So there's the summary of it. And I want to thank you guys, and I'm also available if Mark is busy to help you all out. And I just applaud you all for being in the position you are and taking interest into our children and our future.
And Jen,
Anything
and I
else,
want
Mark?
to, number one, Jen, I want to thank you so much for helping me out today. I appreciate it. She knows this stuff better than I do. I know it, but I don't know it like she does. So Jen, thank you so much. And also I want to thank Julie, my wife, Julie, who's also been a big part of this. She comes to all of the plannings and the buildings of the Tower Gardens and is my support system for sure. So Jewel, thanks again for being so helpful on that and letting me do this, because I really do enjoy it. And then lastly, I want to thank you guys at the Boys and Girls Clubs. You guys know what you do. I told you guys before, my granddaughter goes to the one here in East Aurora, Natalie. She just loves it. And I stop in there a couple times a week just to check on the Tower Garden, but really I'm checking on my granddaughter. You guys do such great things, and to be able to have the Tower Garden in there and hopefully be able to show the kids, what good nutritious eating is and doing all the things to stay healthy. You guys are doing a wonderful job. So I want to thank you all again for being here today. I'll send out a follow-up email. I make sure my phone number and email is on there. I mean, the video today. And I guess that's about it. Does anyone have any questions before I go? No, you guys are good?
It was a nice presentation. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, son. All right, I'll let you guys go. Stay healthy. 6 foot apart. Do what you got to do. Sounds like a tough week coming up, but yeah, right. I know, right? Stay away. Julie's up in her office. I'm down in mine. So
We're married, guys. That's why we're this close.
right. Yeah, that's right. All
That's good.
right, everyone.
Well,
You
good to
guys
see
have a
you guys.
great day. Stay healthy, everyone. Jen, thanks again. Joel, thanks.
You too.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
everybody.
much.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Have fun eating all that lettuce.
All right.